peace, everybody out there in Heritage Hip Hop Land. We are here with one of those MCs that if you don't pay attention, you'll miss the point of the song. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
What's good, my man? What's good, my dude? My name is Cheef Bali. Bali! 420 ENT, A Squad, Rebel Radio. You already know. Sitting here with my mans from Heritage Hip Hop.
Alright. Well, thank you for the interview first and foremost. Let's tell the people who you are first and foremost and your years in the game, because you're not new. And for people who are around Jersey, for people who listen to A Squad Rebel Radio, shout out to Zay and Dre and the movement, they would know that when it comes to you, you're very precise in your movements. So let's give everybody who doesn't know who you are an introduction to who you are and how long you've been in the game.
Wow. All right. Yeah, I've been around for quite some time. My name is Cheef Bali. I'm from Newark, New Jersey. Spent a lot of my time in Newark, a lot of my time in Irvington throughout the years. But yeah, been rolling with Big Zay and A Squad for quite some time, since I was like 15 years old, and I've been doing this hip hop thing since then. I don't roll with many groups. You might have heard of them, Necessary Roughness, but now I did a lot of work with my man Ox from, which is Lotto from 8 Mile, if you recall that movie. Did a lot of work with him, which is also affiliated with Zay as well. So about a good, I would say 15 years, maybe a little longer than that. We've definitely been around for a minute, up in Brick City pretty much.
Yeah. And part of what makes a Newark MC, especially a veteran Newark MC, special when it comes to hip hop is we have in Newark, New Jersey, what I like to call the rapidy rappers. The ones that like to really spit hard and not compromise wordplay with beat integrity. Exactly. What does that mean to you?
I'm all for that too. I'm like really a technician when it comes to putting words together, and when it comes to putting, not even just words, thoughts. I'm really big on thoughts and emotions in my raps. So I like for people to be able to go back and get something from my verse 20 times later after they've heard it like 20 times already, and getting something new out of it each time. So I'm really big on connected thoughts and words. So as to your point with the rappity rap thing, I'm from Jersey, so that naturally, I guess it's like a inbred thing. It's automatically in me, so definitely, I can attest to that for sure.
You know what's deep? On the You Know What I Mean podcast, Rob Digger and Lord Jamar were just talking about what makes the Philly rapper and the Jersey rapper stand out. And they said it was the competition with New York and how they wanted to outgrind and outrhyme the place where the glitz and glamour came from.
Yeah.
As you adopted your style to be as grimy or to be as lyrically pure as someone from the boroughs, how did you find your voice and how did you perfect your voice?
It took me a long time to find my voice because the thing is that coming from Jersey, you really get influenced by a lot of what you just said, the rapidy rap and trying to be like your idols, Tretch, Redman, even Rod Digger, you know what I'm saying? Like outsiders, big time influences on me. But you get really wrapped up in that. So to really find your niche and find yourself, I had to, for me, just speaking for me, I had to really dig into myself and dig into my story. And my thing was that I don't want to do and put across an image, or I don't want to put across something that is not real to me and it's not true. I want to be people, when they see me on the streets, because I know a lot of people, they go, oh shit, I could connect that to his raps. So I really believe that the key to finding your niche is really knowing yourself and being true to yourself and being not afraid to talk about that on record and not afraid to be who you are on record. Got the water coming on.
So let me ask you a question. If I'm talking to Cheef and I ask him, when did he know that he was hip hop? What is your answer?
That would be the moment my mama took me to go see, oh my God, you killing me, showing my age. My mama took me to go see Fresh Groove. I cried. I remember being in Irvington Center. This is, oh my God.
Castle.
Yes. Exactly.
Shout out to the Castle.
Shout out to the Castle. I remember being in Irvington Center. My mom was taking, we was about to get on the bus and go home, and I cried the whole walk from the Castle because I see that it was playing. And she whooped my ass at the bus station. But I kept crying to the point where she finally broke down and she walked me right back up the street and we seen it. And my God, changed my life. I literally asked my mom to buy me the soundtrack to the record, and from that point on, it was a done. It was pretty much a done.
Hip hop affects people in different ways. Like if everybody who loves hip hop knows this. You either try to rap, you break dance, you draw graffiti, or you try to change your style, whether it was the shades, the ripped pants, the buttons, or the dowdy facts. Okay. When you put on your first hip hop skin, how was that experience, and how did it inspire you to continue?
Let me see. When I first put on my hip hop skin, I'm trying to think when was that. I think my first hip hop skin. It may be small, but I got a fat pair of Adidas laces, and I put them in my Adidas. And then I was cool because I had the Adidas first, and that's hip hop skin, I know. But until I got the fat laces in my sneakers, it wasn't official to me. So once I got that, oh my God. You could not tell me I wasn't Run DMC. You could not tell me I wasn't LL Cool J. As a matter of fact, I remember doing a talent show at camp, and this is actually one of the first times when I performed. I was like, I think I had to be 7 years old or something like that, and I performed "Can't Live Without My Radio" way back, way back, and I did it, of course, with the beat or whatever. We didn't have instrumentals back then, so the song was actually just playing. But I remember doing that, and I actually won first place with my fat laces on, my Adidas.
Nice.
So yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you this question because, like I said, hip hop is organic. Just like my interviews, I come in with questions, but I like to grow to get to know the artist, so the audience get to know the artist. You've seen, since you're talking about Crush Group, you've seen hip hop change, grow, evolve, devolve, and be resurrected again.
Yeah.
So I ask you, with the different types of rhyme cadences that you've heard in hip hop throughout the years, how did you come to find your own as you found your voice?
Again, it's about knowing yourself and knowing who you are. Don't get me wrong, I still get influenced a lot by my heroes. The Jay-Z's, the Nas's, even the Kendricks of today's, even Migos. What these young kids doing now with their cadences, is, as you just said, and their styles and flows, it's amazing to me. It's like, different variety of things I've never heard. So, as with any type of music, you take pieces of your surroundings, you're influenced by your greats and your heroes. But, me, myself, I always have to come to a place where if it's not sounding like me, or if it's not feeling like it's authentic and it's not reflecting my life, or it's not reflecting what I've been through, and it's not sounding like myself, or if I'm listening to it and I got my team around me and they're telling me, they don't sound like Cheef Bali, they don't sound, then I know from that point on that I need to change it or I need to work on it. But for the most part, it's all about knowing who you are. It's that's really the biggest thing. Like once I tapped into that, it's like I can write anything now. It's like now I know exactly how I'm supposed to sound. To the point being, whereas sometimes when I go record with other people, I need to take my engineer with me, or I go to my engineer first and I'll ask him for the plugins for the way my ad-libs sound, the way my voice is supposed to sound, or the way my tag is supposed to sound. All of those little nuances make a difference, because literally that puts together the way you're going to sound to your consumers, or my fans, my people. So
yeah, and finding yourself in hip hop is weird to me, because I think hip hop is so schizophrenic. I mean, let's do some history. When you first hear about people rapping, you hear about the dozens, and you hear about people like cracking jokes on each other.
Yeah.
Then you hear about Dolomite. That's a movie coming out real soon. I can't wait to see that. You know what I'm saying? Then you hear about the big, like when people talk about hip hop now with mainstream and underground, these same things have been going on for years. When you hear about Busy B and Kumo D, even before that, Grandmaster Caz and Curtis Blow, this stuff has always been around. So you said it many times, so I ask you the same question a different way, because this answer is just so authentic to the truth of what hip hop is. Finding your voice is being true to yourself. But how do you be true to yourself when the culture always tells you what to try to be?
Well, the culture doesn't dictate who you are. The culture influences you, in my belief. Like, just because the culture is telling me at one time Molly's is popping, like I'm not going to go out and run a Molly routine. Like, it doesn't dictate who you are. It shouldn't dictate who you are. It influences the things around you. It influences how you are. It influences, with me, it influences, my clothing, of course, my swag, of course, my style, and also the way I look at certain things, the way I look at art, and the way I culturally think about certain political subjects and things like that. I always view it from, you know, a hip hop perspective, or as my people. I don't want to say my people, but the way Black culture would look at it. How do you find your voice in such an influential thing? It's really tough to say. I would say with me, speaking for myself, I just really had to be truthful. Like, for a long time, I was scared to talk about my mom and things that I've been through. But hip-hop gave me that voice because then I had artists like Eminem who wasn't afraid to talk about his mom or his drug addiction. So that gave me strength to go, you know what? Not that he sounds cool saying it, but wow, it's kind of therapeutic. Like, now it gives me the strength to talk about that. Before Eminem, I wasn't talking about stuff like that. I was still talking about shooting people with the guns. Why? Because that's what sounded cool. That's what was the influence in hip-hop. So after a while, it literally had to be, you know, me hearing certain artists or hearing certain things to build up that strength for me to talk about my truth. And that's why I stand on that today. Like, if you have to really find your truth, and be it through hip hop or through your life experiences, you really have to find your truth. Stick with that.